Hello, Margaret Toomey Public School Ravens families. It's Mr. Wilson with this week's principal update. Now, let's start off by just saying that I hope that everybody had an incredible Easter long weekend doing the things that you enjoy doing with the people you enjoy being with. I, for example, had a good weekend with my family. You can see some slideshow pictures of my family and friends and places I like going playing on the screen behind me. Super nice to have a 4-day weekend though, and also equally nice to be going into a 4-day week. Those are always good things. Our actual next long weekend isn't until the May long weekend, so we have about a month and a half to go, but lots of good things are going to happen in that month and a half, and that's kind of what I want to talk about this week. Before I get to that though, just a couple of things I wanted to share from last week as I went from classroom to classroom, seeing some of the incredible things that our staff and students are doing. I started off in grade 7 and 8, and seeing some of the amazing things that are happening in those classrooms with independent work. And then I ventured into the primary wing, and I witnessed teachers and support staff in that wing leading literacy and numeracy and some really cool learning, and a lot of time seeing some growth and development in our grade 4, 5, and 6 class as well. And that's not even scratching the surface. I mean, so many cool things in second language classes, in the primary arts program, in phys ed, just lots of things to celebrate as I get used to my new surroundings at Margaret Toomey. Just really, really cool. And in the next week or two, I'll be meeting with teachers to talk about some of the observations that I made and talking about some of our hopes and dreams and plans for next year and beyond, because it's already that time of year where we start planning for next year and beyond. All right, let's get into this week. And I want to start by giving a shout out to our incredible group of lunch monitors. Lunch monitors come in and provide some extra support during lunchtime. And these are our unsung heroes of Margaret Toomey. Without our lunch monitors, our teachers and support staff would have a hard time having their lunch break. So they are also amazing unsung heroes. So a huge shout out, Nicole, Denise, Catherine, Faye, and Annette. A couple of people who watched me grow up and some other people I'm getting to know. And I totally missed Madeline, and I'm really sorry about that, Madeline. I didn't forget about you totally. Sorry, Miss Chater. Some of these people watched me grow up, and again, it's just, it's really cool to work with our incredible lunch monitors. So thank you for doing what you do. I also want to give a shout out to Student Council. I met with Zandra and Carly and Aurora last week, and they shared with me a couple of really cool ideas they have for student activities and initiatives. We're talking about things like fundraisers and some fun events and even a dance. That's right, a dance, bringing dances back. Some really, really cool things that Student Council is talking about between now and the end of this school year in about 3 months. And speaking of Student Council, I also want to give a shout out to our many students who volunteer for the Green Team collecting recyclables every day after lunch. Again, just really, really cool to see that amount of student leadership within the building, and so many things for us to build on and so many cool opportunities for other new and cool things to happen. And speaking of new and cool things and speaking of well-being, I want to talk a little bit specifically to parents and caregivers. So we know that our students have been struggling with well-being, especially in grades 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We've had some pretty tough conversations with some of our kiddos and some of our staff and with some of our parents. And we know that as a school community, there is some work that we need to do to support our kiddos and also to support our families with all of this mental health and well-being stuff. So to that end, I really want to invite and encourage our families to come out on Monday, April the 9th, so just under a week from now, for a family learning session focusing on well-being. We're going to be talking some really, really hard truths and information about some of the issues that we're encountering within school settings and from a mental health and clinical perspective. And we're also going to be sharing hopes and strategies and tools that we can use to support our students and keep them as well as possible. So more information on this family evening will be coming out in the next couple of days. But again, it's Monday, April the 9th, and it'll be in the early evening. And we're really, really hoping that you are able to attend. Really, really important learning. Last but not least, a couple of other announcements to share. Number one is on April the 8th. So April the 9th is not a Monday, it's a Tuesday. But Monday, April the 8th, that's the day of the big eclipse. And it'll be an early dismissal day for our Ravens. You've probably heard a little bit about that in the news. But with the risk of the eclipse at dismissal time, school boards across the province and across the country have made the decision to let everybody out early in the interest of safety. Okay, last but not least is school clothing. If you are a student, a staff member, or a family member, I would love to hear from you if you would be interested in an order of Ravens clothing. I'm thinking of sweatpants, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, that kind of stuff. We could probably get an order in and received before the summer break. So if you think you might be interested in that, please let me know. All right, this was a lot of talking, and for those of you who are students who are expecting something cool, I'm really, really sorry that I couldn't deliver on anything but some announcements, but stay tuned to the end of this video, and I have a little bonus for you Raven students and anyone else who wants to see a little bonus. All right, we're almost at the 7-minute mark, which is way too long, so I will say goodbye for now. Short week. Ravens, enjoy it. Take care of yourselves and each other. We'll talk to you soon.